Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition. Choir Boys Outdoors, a Stoner CNC MS6 rendition. It's in AEB-L steel. I'm going to tell you all about it, or all about it I can. There's a couple things I want to look at. The overall machining, the overall make, and then the toughness. I want to look at the design a little bit, and we're going to talk about sharpness. Now, here's the deal, guys. I want to say this up front. You know the gist of my channel. We take a knife, we use it. We're not here to sell you the knife, but here's the other thing. I'm not here to bash the knife either. I want to give you as fair a look at it as I can. You know that for the most part, I am always positive about knives, and I love this one. I do. The only thing that I'm going to say up front on this knife, it came functionally sharp. I'd like to see a little thinner behind the edge and a little more sharpness. You do that, you got a 10 out of 10. The first 7.5 minutes is how the knife came. Now, I did sit down with my Work Sharp field sharpener and my Work Sharp adjustable sharpener, neither are mechanical, and I worked on it, and then everything after 7.5 minutes is me spending about 20 minutes touching it up. Again, it came functionally sharp. It didn't come hair popping sharp. Now, this is, and I talked to Mr. Stoner the other day at length, had a great conversation with him. I like the thought process. I like what he's doing. I like where he's headed. He seems to be very much a numbers guy. So it's kind of by the book. He seems to be a very skilled machinist, just by what I'm looking at in my hand. He actually sent a few pages of notes. So I'm going to do the specs on this knife, and then I'm going to go through some of his thought process on it that he shared with me. I know that the Last Huntsman, Gabe, the Last Huntsman Outdoors, is doing or has done a review. Peterbilt Knife Guy has been showing you a lot of these knives. Check both of those channels out. If you are a channel that has been sent one of these knives, put in the comments, please, so I can put you in the description and people can check that out. And I have to personally thank Kev from Peterbilt Knife Guy for sending Mr. Stoner my way. Brother, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, so overall length on this bad boy, and y'all know I'm going to miss when I stab. That's just, it wouldn't be me if I didn't. The overall length on this knife is 11 1/8 inches. That is from the tip to the very bottom of the knife. Now, it does have a hidden lanyard hole, which I like. Blade length, 6 1/4. I'm looking right here, I mean right at about 6 inches on the cutting edge. We have a blade width of 1.5 inches. Blade thickness, at the handle, it looks right at like 3/16. I pull my own measurements. I always have. It's nothing against anybody. It puts me more in tune with doing it. Plus, doing it in the moment, you guys are getting the actual measurements. And that's not to say they would vary anywhere else. I'm not saying that, but I like doing my own shit. The inner grip, which to me is the most important measurement on a knife, and that's going to vary. What people find most important varies, but the most important for me is that inner grip. It is 4 1/4. 99.99999% of the world will be able to hold this knife with a good 4-finger solid grip. The handle thickness is right at 7/8. This dude can make some handle scales. His handles are insane. But now CNC, Stoner CNC does a lot of gun part. They do a lot of all kind of stuff. Been in business a while. The truth is he's been making knives for about 15 years for friends and things like that. So he's not a novice. He's not a noob to this process. And you can see that. Now, I will say the knife that he sent me, I'm going to look right here. The one that he sent me, I believe he's calling these field grade knives. They're all black Cerakoted. He left the machining lines in, and it does give it kind of a cool aesthetic. They run about $275 with the smooth grip around 290 with the textured grip like you're seeing there. Now, we started off with the black textured grips, and at the end, I put the smooth grips on, and I believe they're G10. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain of it. So let's go over what he said. And guys, just watch the blade work. We got a couple more minutes with the knife as it came. And again, it was functionally sharp. It'll work, right? I think sometimes on knife tube, I don't want to say it, because here's the thing. I make a big deal out of sharpness, right? So if I make a big deal, I can't go, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Certainly it matters, right? But just jumping into public consumption, just moving into making knives for the public en masse, I think it's something that should be addressed and will be very quickly. The guy knows his shit. There's no doubt about that. So I think that'll be done. Couple quick notes from Mr. Stoner. Fully CNC machined. It is 0.187 inches AEB-L. That is my favorite blade steel. That is the only blade steel that I've ever said is my favorite. So it's my favorite. I don't know why I said that. 6-inch blade. It does have a really nice fuller. Now, you're going to ask, and I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. The holes in the fuller. This is what he said. We basically just did it to simplify the manufacturing process. They do give the knife a unique look, but otherwise are a gimmick. And that's from Mr. Stoner. They are okay for braiding paracord and things like that. Here's the deal. It actually does give the knife a good aesthetic. And I do some batoning at the end, and I purposely used the axe handle and hit right on top of those holes just to see if it would do any damage. It would not. The handle is also skeletonized, just so you know. The weight and the balance on this thing is unique. It is a knife, and you can see there just a really good look. It's a good looking knife. It has that ramp with some very, very soft jimping on the back. I like that a lot. It does not have a 90-degree spine. It does not have a finger choil. American made. It's as American made as it gets, about 90 to 95%. CNC does the grips. Stoner CNC does the grips, the Kydex, water jet, the surface grinding, blade milling, laser engraving, and sharpening. The heat treat and Cerakote are local. Hardware and rivets, not sure. Raw steel originated in Europe. So we're already seeing a level of honesty here that I am really, really, truly appreciative for. He says on the bolts, nothing special about the bolts other than they are commonly available for a tactical survival knife. I thought was a good thing. The inexpensive bolts are usually higher quality, 18-8 stainless and ASTM-F835 grade 8 equivalent, which he's true. He's right. If you've done anything with hardware and stuff like that, that's 100% true. We'll probably stick with AEB-L on future products. Praise the Lord. 2 reasons. 1, it holds an edge very well. 2, it is easy to sharpen. The heat, the HRC on this is, I believe, 60 to 62 double drawn cryo with a vacuum furnace. I like that. He even put exceptional balance calculated into computer software. Now, first thing I noticed when I took the knife out is, damn, this thing feels good. I mean, man, it feels good. And I always kind of laugh to myself because my videos are somewhat redundant, aren't they? I always love the knife, but I'm a knife lover. I enjoy learning different knives. I enjoy different things about different knives. Working for a fab shop and a manufacturing shop, knives like these kind of stick out to me. But this is just a well-made, well-balanced. This is a knife I would gift. And I'm picky on knife, and I'm talking about the people I like. I give a lot of knives out at work that are not that expensive, but I do that because those boys are going to put them through hell. What I'm talking about here is knives like for my dad, for family, for friends. This is a knife I'd gift. Why? Because it's damn near 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, you get your sharpness up and it's going to be crazy good. It's just a good looking knife. Now, they offer a couple different grades. Like I said, this was considered the field grade, which is good. I mean, that's good for me. It's good to send my channel because you know what you're going to do. I had sharpened it at this point. We are doing an accordion style cut on that sandblast hose. Right there. It's 4-ply, 1-inch diameter. You can tell once we hone the knife up a little bit, it's fine, right? Again, I'd like to see it a little thinner behind the edge, but that's a personal preference. So we have field grade, and what makes it a field grade is they're all black Cerakoted with the machining lines left in. The stainless and the stonewash blades, they are called finish grades. It takes longer to machine them, but your bevels are cleaner. Again, there's a level here of honesty that I'm truly appreciative for. Now the price jumps. The field grade, you go $275 to $290. The finish grade are anywhere from $315 to $330. I like that. These knives are going live June 2nd at 9 a.m. on their website. Make sure you check that out. I'm a fan, and I'd be a fan regardless, but the thing is this. Sitting and talking with Mr. Stoner and kind of seeing where he's at. He sent me some pictures of his shop. It's very clean. It's very organized. He's a guy that you can tell is passionate about machining and about what he does, and that speaks to me. He does say this. I'll read you the last couple things here. I'd say we are in the tactical knife category. And he's basing that on like the thumb ramp, the balance, the quick deployment on the Kydex, with some overlap into the survival, overbuilt, and will do anything. It's definitely a tank of a knife. If these knives do well, he may branch out into like bushcraft hunting, EDC, etc. And he says, I'm not an expert in any of those categories. But from a manufacturing side, a knife's a knife, and he's correct. And there's enough guys around that could help or have input, not help, but have input there. I don't think it would be a big deal. I like what he's doing. I like the level of honesty. I like the thought process. I like that he even said to me, he said, man, I'm not like he said, I'm not a great knife maker, but I'm a good machinist. I like that, and I'll tell you why. Because statements like that, things like that, when you are self-aware and you can look at yourself honestly, tells me that he's going to put his all into this, and it tells me he's going to be a name to look out for. In the comments, I know I'm going to see some things about the skeletonized handle and the holes in the spine. So here's what I'm going to do. This is going to be a knife that turns into a long-term review process, okay? I'm going to carry it a lot, and I say that quite a bit, but I actually do what I say. When I tell you they're going to be long-term, you may not see them all the time, but I carry them a lot, and I'll keep you updated. Guys, it's as American-made as it gets, and I'm thankful again for Mr. Stoner let me check this out. And Kev, brother, thank you again. Peterbilt Knife Guy. There will be some shout-outs in the description. But it's that time. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, it's the weekend, the number's higher, and stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. It's not always popular. It doesn't have to be. It's something I believe in. I don't force it down your throat. Finally, if you're an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone some before we do. I about talked myself right out of the video. Before we do, I did want to show you guys this. The Kydex sheath, he has put a screw here, a little thing here. I like this a lot. You can lock this in. This is the way the knife came to me. This is the way I like carrying my fixed blades. But all you got to do is screw that in and tighten it up. I'm sure many of you have seen this, and you're locked in there. I like that. To me, you could, carry it MOLLE compatible on a pack, or if you're hunting or whatever, and you've got this thing locked in, the damn thing's not going anywhere. Guys, you have a great week. I appreciate everybody. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone, son. Doodle-doo.